We did the Tour de Mont Blanc. I cannot believe any of us, and me personally, were able to do that.
Join us for the ride of a lifetime.
Let's watch an idiot try to ride a motorcycle. Some guy rides.
Alright, dudes. Oh my god, what has been up? I'm just came to the top of the mountain between Leicester and Trust. I'm going down to Trust to meet Johnny Pow and our other buddy Stan. Stan's an old friend from back in the music days too. He's a drummer, and he plays with John in their band Easy Shakes, which you should check out. They're good, country tinged rock, I guess. And we're just going on a little day ride. John says it's John's route, and he said it's pretty much the same as our Del Rio ride a while back. But I think we're doing it in reverse. So a couple of gnarly roads for sure, and it'd be fun to do it on the Himalayan instead of the little bike. But what else has been going on? Oh my god. Okay, we did the Tour de Mont Blanc. I cannot believe that any of us, and me personally, were able to do that. 110 miles, 35,000 feet of elevation over the course of it. It was so hard. It's the hardest thing physically I've ever done in my life. Just brutal, man. I mean, you'd get up and you'd climb, 3,000, 3,500 feet. Beautiful, amazing scenery. And I'll be putting videos up about that on our other channel, which is called Our Exit Strategy. I don't know if it's up and running yet. It's kind of slow going, but someday those TMB videos will be over there. Oh my god, it was so hard. But psyched that we got to do it, man, after years of putting it off because of COVID and all that stuff. I've said it before, but it was supposed to be our family's last big trip before everybody scatters, and unfortunately our oldest daughter got an internship and couldn't go, which sucks. But our younger daughter came, and it was fun, man. We ate great food, met a bunch of people along the trail. It's not a solitary thing at all. It's a very well-traveled trail. I mean, it's the most popular trail in Europe, and for good reason. It is gorgeous. And the little refuges along the way, man, you could stop and get a coffee or whatever. Some amazing places. Got very remote. I mean, places you couldn't see any other way unless you had a helicopter. Gorgeous, just gorgeous. So that was the big, that's the big trip from the summer. And I don't think I'm gonna have a big, 10-day trip this summer. We don't have the time. That could change, but I don't see anything else coming up. And it's it's August, so. And my wife and I have a business trip to Japan and Thailand in about 2 weeks. So summer's kind of over, I think. And what else? New exhaust on the Hemi that I love. I am so surprised that a stupid exhaust makes me so happy, but I kind of love it. And new tires. So I'm a little paranoid about the tires because I just changed them. What else did I do? New sprockets, front and back. Yeah. That's about it. It's beautiful weather today. And just like to check out some of Western North Carolina and East Tennessee. We met at the Trust General Store. I got some coffee and watched a million Harleys come in. I should have videotaped that. There's had to be 20 Harleys and about 6 Indians, all kinds of bikes. And that Stan in front of me, and in front of him is Johnny Pow on his DR. Stan's got a Himalayan. And in about a week, God, I think it's just a week, they're going to Wyoming for a 9 or 10 day trip. I think they're doing the Wyoming BDR and some other stuff. So Pow's gonna make videos for that, so look out for that. But we're in Harmenden now, and I think we're headed towards 40. We'll cross that, go up by Buzzard Roost, and then we'll take that gnarly road that everyone calls Goat Path, which hopefully, going down, I think it's a little easier, but also if it's wet, it's always kind of a nightmare. And the weather is just perfect today. Loving it. It's a little crisp in the air, nice and cool. Cannot beat it. It's beautiful. But basically, Johnny Pow is like, this is pretty much Ding Dongs 2. Ding Dongs do Del Rio revised, because it's a lot of the same stuff. And I thought about just going off and doing something else today, but because just to do something different, but I couldn't think of anything. I'm running out of stuff up here, and these roads are beautiful, so you can't go wrong out here. And we're somewhere near Max Patch, probably. Actually, I think we're past Max Patch now. So psyched for a sweet day of riding with some dudes from my past. I would say the 3 people on this ride right now represent a very large chunk of the music scene from Columbia in the 90s. Stan's been in a billion bands, John's been in a billion bands, I've been in a few bands. And we all hung in the same crowd back in the day, all the musicians. And there were a ton of bands back then. In in that city for some reason. Anyway, tally ho! Oh, the TMB, man. So usually on trips like this, I love to do like stupid things, cause a little danger, and because that's always memorable. But I swore on this trip, because Milena and I watched we watched a billion videos about the TMB, what to expect and stuff like that. And these guys, they went out, they looked at their map, and they're like, oh man, look at this shortcut. It's like, it cuts off many, many miles. We're gonna take this today. And they did, and it turned into like an emergency situation. So it's just no joke out there. I mean, every day the helicopter was going back and forth, getting people off the mountain. I mean, it can be dangerous. It's crazy out there. Like the weather and the remoteness and just the ruggedness. It's crazy. So anyway, the guy who helped me organize this, who like helped me book all the refugios and all that stuff, he gave me a route, and he's like, there was only one day when he's like, look, if the weather's nice, take this because it's beautiful and it cuts off a couple miles, and you'll really enjoy it. But if the weather's bad, take the long way, and you go down the valley into a town and around. And so it was beautiful that morning, so we took the way he said to take, and that turned out to be a very big mistake, because I mean, we started walking, and it was up to another pass, and it was pure snow, just covered in snow. And you know, we're like in, you know, shorts and trail runners, and so anyway, we get to the top and we look down, and it's just extremely steep, all snow, this little path, and it took us like 4 hours to get down it. It was so dangerous. Basically, we had to like, every step we had to like kick our heels in to make a little step for us to stand on, and we just inched down the mountain like that. And then at the bottom, it got flat, but the trail disappeared, so we had no idea where to go. And off to the left, there was this raging river that came out of the snow. So obviously, I mean, we could tell that underneath all the snow was possibly water. And so it was very nerve-wracking trying to pick our way across, because we didn't want to, you know, fall in a hole. We'd see holes where people had, you know, their boots had gone in, and you know, there was water underneath, and so it was just very nerve-wracking. So anyway, we did it, and then it was just brutal climb up to the Italian border. Just, oh, so steep and so relentless. But anyway, we found out that night that the week prior, someone had done that route that we did, the little shortcut route, and had fallen through the snow into a raging river underneath the snow that sort of spit them out at the bottom. And they survived that, and then died of hypothermia before the chopper could get them to the hospital. So my wife and daughter were not pleased with that news, and of course I got the blame for taking that route. But what can you do? It was beautiful, and it's something we will always remember. That'll be the thing we remember most of all, for sure, because that's just how it works. All right, we're going under 40. Up there's Buzzard Roost somewhere, and just plugging along. Alright, we just came down from Buzzard Roost, and now we are on the goat path. This is the one that was so gnarly coming up on the CT125s. And it's been raining, and there's lots of tree fall, and I'm not sure what to expect here. I expect gnarliness, and I'm pretty sure that's what I'm gonna get. Gnarliness. I've asked this many times before, but why is this fun again? Because it is, but I don't know why. Yeah. Got it. He's good. Pretty steep little spot there. goat path was brutal as always, gnarly, pretty hard, and I'm glad we did that at the beginning of the day instead of at the end when we're feeling weak, because it's a workout. And now we're on the Redneck Dragon. And the weather, man, the weather is killer. It's just beautiful. Caledonia Blockhead is running pretty good. Pretty happy with her lately. And I guess I haven't mentioned, so my wife and I went through a little phase where we were really looking for a motorcycle for her, like a 2-up motorcycle that she'll be comfortable on. And this guy I know from the neighborhood, he's got a GS and some other bikes. But anyway, he texted me and he's like, I got a friend who's got an R1200 RT BMW for sale, and we think it would be perfect for you guys. So I went and met the guy, and the guy was super cool. This guy Kenny, he's retired and he's doing everything like we want to do. He's got a converted van that he did. Here's those castle things that I always see on this road that reminds me that I've been here a million times. Anyway, he's got a million bikes. He's got a DR, he's got a Honda XR, he's got a bunch of old Yamahas and Hondas, old trail bikes, just all kinds of stuff. Anyway, we went up there the other day and took it for a ride with Jen on it, and wow, what a bike, man. I mean, I can flat foot it. It's very low to the ground, maybe because of the Wilbur suspension that he's got on it. I think it's like a $2,000 suspension, but just low to the ground, 600 pounds, luxury, electric windshield, heated grips, not heated seats, panniers, top box, the whole deal. Really, really nice bike, and it rode like something much smaller. I mean, it's a 1200, but it just felt, it didn't feel like a 1200. It's very easy to ride, very fun to whip around the corners, kind of great. And so we were like, well, we like it. The back seat is not as cushy as like a Harley Ultra Glide or a Goldwing, but Jen seemed to like it. And so we drove away thinking, maybe we buy this bike. He wanted $7,800 for it. I was going to offer him probably $7,000 or so. I would have been happy probably around $72,000. I don't know if he would come down or not, but it didn't get that far because on our way home we stopped at this local shop near my house, and I've talked to the mechanic there before. And anyway, we went in there and I told him I'm looking at this RT, and he said, look around my shop right now. And there were probably, out of the 10 bikes in it, 7 of them were BMWs. And he was like, don't do it, don't do it. He's like, the maintenance is insane and they're persnickety and whatever. And I already knew that. I mean, I have a lifelong fear of BMWs just because of the cost of maintenance and, you know, whatever. I know people love them. I mean, Johnny Pow loves them. Tat Steve loves them. Millions and millions of people love them. So maybe it's unfounded, but anyway, this guy telling me all this stuff right after seeing it was just like, put a damper on things and made me think maybe we shouldn't get that bike. And so I went on another deep dive, and I think the Harley is out too, just because of maintenance. And you know, I love Harleys, but Honda's the way to go, isn't it? If you just want reliability. So I'm seriously looking at Goldwings. I never thought I'd see the day. It feels the same as like when we bought our first minivan. It feels like you're giving up. And admitting that you're an old man, but I am an old man, so whatever. And the more I get into researching the Goldwings, the more I like them, man. They're cool looking, and they just look so comfortable. I've never been on one before, but I have been in on an Ultra Glide, and I'm sure they're similar. And you know, the thing is, they're 850 pounds, so what can you do? I think Jen would like it better, and so that's what we're looking for. I'm looking for an 06 to 08, maybe to 2010, something with around 40,000 miles on it, for under $9,000. Will I be able to find that? I think so. I think maybe so. I'm gonna wait till the winter hits and the prices go down and just keep an eye out. I'm in no hurry, so that's where I'm at on the next bike. The V85 is out, and there's one right now, Goldwing. That guy looks comfortable. So we'll see what happens. Hello, puppy. All right, we stopped in Hartford for some lunch. I had a lovely hummus wrap. I thought I was going to cheat, but then I didn't. I don't know why. And it's gotten hot. And when we were sitting there at lunch, I was looking at John's route on Gaia on my phone, and there was a skunk icon, and I zoomed in and it said road from hell. So he had us routed on that road. I think it was on the Martha Scramble ride. I don't know if you guys remember, but I had all kinds of trouble, and it was where it was muddy, and I went down about 4 times, and those Jeep guys had to help me get the bike across, and it was a nightmare. And so Stan was like, that doesn't sound good to me, and it doesn't really sound good to me either. It's been raining a lot and I know it's going to be a nightmare. And it's just that one spot that I couldn't get through. It was gnarly. So we took a little detour, kind of. Now we're on Rocky Top, which I think we did this last time on the Hondas. And we're headed towards Del Rio. And everything's really washed out, man. The rain is just lots of tree fall and debris and stuff. It was a big storm the other night. And Caledonia Blockhead, man. She's running good. Running good. Knock on wood. And we were talking about their upcoming Wyoming trip, and that's going to be awesome. They're psyched. They are psyched. This is pretty gnarly. Lovely. came out of the woods. We're down into Del Rio, and we're gonna do that. There's the French Broad. We're gonna do that road. Remember that road where on the Del Rio ride where we found that little trail and came to the dead end with the trees? We're gonna do that road going the opposite way, and then after that, God, there's all these little offshoots that there's no time to explore them all. But that's what I need to do. Instead of complaining about not being able to get lost anymore, I just need to go on these same roads and explore every single road that goes off it. But anyway, after that road, then Johnny Pow's got some new stuff to try. I think it's new. We'll find out. And then we'll be in Hot Springs. And then from there, they're going to go back to Trust, and I'll probably head down the river to Asheville. That last bit was pretty gnarly. I don't remember it being that bad when we went up it on the Hondas, but that was pretty interesting. Alright, we just stopped at that same overlook we went to on Ding Dong's du Del Rio. It's really pretty up there. It's a little cloudier today. Couldn't see as far, but really nice group of people on some massive horses up there. And Johnny Pow said they had come from that trail that we tried last time with the dead end trees. So nice out here, so nice. Oh jeez. Oh. And it looks like rain, and could hear some rumbling out there in the distance, but I'm hoping that we maybe we'll avoid that. We'll see. And I think now we're on to some new stuff that Johnny Pow looked at. We're going out to Paint Rock, which I think is like a little sort of point at the river. I'm not really sure about that, but I suppose we'll find out. I had split off from John and Stan and was headed towards Asheville, and this insane electrical storm, just like lightning everywhere, just dumping rain. So I'm in this, I'm hunkered down in this gas station until it goes away. I can't ride in this. No way. It's scary. Okay. I just rode home in the rain from Marshall, about 40 minutes. It was brutal. I couldn't see. I need some face shield wipes or something, some Rain-X. But anyway, it wasn't that fun. And I'm gonna get in the shower. I'm gonna eat, and I'm gonna get completely dry. Good day though. Fun riding today. But what a weird ending. Hey, please like this video if you liked this video, and if you'd like to see more, hit that subscribe button and the alert bell. Also, if you're interested, there are links to gear lists and goofy t-shirts in the description. Thanks a ton for watching.